Well, if you're like me, when you load your pictures into your iPhoto library, you often just load them in, you forget about them. And the next thing you know, someone's asking you, hey, will you find Skittles the cat, your brand new cat that you just got? Can you show me all the photos you have of them? And then you're like, and you're scrolling through 1,000 different photos only to find that one photo that you wanted to show them in the first place. Well, let me show you a couple quick tricks. So if you look at this window, we've got our iPhoto library, and we've got some pictures of Skittles the cat. We also have some pictures of dogs and our trip to Italy. So if we look down in the bottom left-hand corner, you see that we have an I button. So if we click the little I button, a little information window pops up. On older versions of iPhoto, if you click the I button, sometimes the information window will change from small to large, the different sizes to disappearing. So what you want to do is get it so you can see all the information. So we're going to click on a photo, and this is a photo of our dogs looking out the window, and you'll see we've got this random title, which there's no way anybody would know that number, 445 blah blah blah. On most cameras, they name them with DSC something often, so then it's just being done by the camera, and it doesn't know you're taking a picture of Skittles the cat. Then you've got the date you took the photo. You've got the time you took the photo. You've got a rating, and the rating can be used to say, oh, well, this is my 5-star photo of Skittles, or this is my 5-star photo of my trip to Italy, so that when someone says, well, oh, show me all the good photos, you can say, oh, I want to find all photos with 5 stars. You can also add keywords. The next thing down shows you what kind of image we're selected on. We're on a JPEG. And then the size of the image. And in this case, it's a pretty small picture because I brought them off the web. And then the last thing at the bottom is your comments field or your descriptions field. And in there you can type in notes like, oh, this is the day we went to the park, blah, blah, blah. And the cool thing about that is if you ever want to do a search, you can actually search for the word park, or look for the word Christmas. Maybe you mention Christmas in your description. In this example, we're going to just retitle the file. So we've got our picture of the dogs looking out the window. We're going to click on the title, and usually a double click will actually cause it to highlight the whole title. So you'll notice in this case my whole title is in blue. So I can go ahead and type in 3 dogs look out window. You'll notice I don't put any spaces in there. The reason why I don't do that is if I ever were to send this to someone on another computer, it's often better not to put spaces or symbols like slashes, dashes, question marks, things like that. It just causes more compatibility with another computer when you send it to them. Alright, so, as my voice changes. The next thing we want to do is, so once we've done that, then we just click out of there, and you'll notice up here we now have this picture, and it says 3 dogs look out window. So there you go. So let's go to Skittles. So we're going to click on her. And then we're going to come back down to title again. We're going to double click. Turns blue. We're going to type in Skittles. And this is the day that Skittles got surgery. So we're going to say Skittles surgery. Once again, we just click away from the title, and you'll notice if we look up here, Skittles surgery is now listed. Now what if we want to look up Skittles surgery? So you'll notice down in the bottom of the window we've got a search box. So I'm going to click on that, and I'm going to type in Skittle. And look at that, we've got it narrowed down to only the Skittle picture we've named. And we know we have other pictures of Skittles, so we might want to rename all of the pictures of Skittles quickly. How do we do that? That's called a batch change, and what that means is you're changing a bunch of photos at the same time. Alright, so I'm going to delete what I have in there. I'm going to get back to my list of pictures again. And I'm going to scroll through the pictures, and I'm going to find all the pictures of Skittles. In this case, I'm just going to choose pictures of cats. So I'm going to hold down my Apple key, or on some new computers it says Command. So click the Apple key, click on this cute cat, this cat, this cat. We're going to skip this cat. We're going to pick the cat Skittles playing the guitar, Skittles jumping off the bed, Skittles in her debut on the cover of Vanity Fair. And that's it. Those are all the photos we have of Skittles. Okay, so now we've selected all those, but you'll notice on the left in the information box we have no title we can type in. Why is that? Well, the reason for that is because we've selected a bunch of photos that have different titles, so it doesn't want us just to go ahead and change the title in there on accident and end up with all the photos being the same exact title. So what we're going to do is we're going to go under the Photos menu at the top, and we're going to go down to Batch Change. Click that. And then in the Batch Change window, and it'll be a little different on different computers, but basically the same thing, we're going to set the title. Now in the case of the new iPhoto, it lets you do a couple other things, and we're not going to cover those right now, but just be aware that that might be showing up in yours, but you don't need to change it. So it's set title, and then in the box down here, we're going to say to Skittles. And then there's one last choice, which is append a number to each photo. And the nice part about that is if you're just naming them Skittles, well, you want to have some sort of difference between each photo. So what it's going to do is it's going to name the first photo Skittles 1, the next photo Skittles 2, Skittles 3, and then that way you can go ahead and still find it by the word Skittles, but maybe you know it's that Skittles 6 picture you always want to show people. Well, then you could just type Skittles 6 as your search, and boom, there would be the photo. So we're going to click OK. It takes a second, and now you'll notice now we've got Skittles 1, Skittles 2, Skittles 3. We've got all of our photos of Skittles. So if we go back down to the search box and we type in Skittles, there are all of our Skittles photos narrowed down. We don't have to scroll through any photos. Boom, we've got what we need. My name's Channing Work. You're on channingwork.com. Check back later for more info and tips, as well as subscribing to our newsletter. Have a great day.